Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the Muslim Gamers Podcast. I normally have a lot written up for the intro, but I don't feel like being too wordy, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Welcome to the Muslim Gamers Podcast. My name is Faraj, and joining me today are Abdul and Nael. Assalamu alaikum, guys. How y'all doing?
Alaikum assalam. Doing well.
Thought I'd give you a little bit of a breather with a longer intro. Now, let's just jump right into it, guys. Talk about what we've been playing first. Nael, why don't you go first?
Well, it's easy for me. I was doing a bit of traveling to visit the in-laws and
actually, wait, hold on. Let me pause right there because in the rush of getting things going, I forgot to welcome you back because you've been absent for quite a while. Tell us what's been keeping you busy first.
Well, first of all, I think I recorded 2 episodes that
no, it was only
ended
one.
Up in the vault.
No, it was only one that ended up in the vault. It was only one. I learned my mistake from that one, so don't worry. I'll make sure not to repeat it.
Yeah, and then other than that, Riverbank, and I started a new day job, so alhamdulillah, keeping me busy, and then we were traveling to visit the in-laws and see family, so
nice.
Yeah, things are keeping me occupied. So because of that, I only was able to play Mario Kart with my nieces and nephews.
Oh, that's good.
The new one, which is, it's fun. It's fun to play.
How's the open world?
Open world it's fun. You can just hop in, roam around. But as any Mario Kart game, in my opinion, I'm not a huge Mario Kart guy. So after a while, like you just kind of over it. It loses its shininess,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you do the open world in split screen?
In what?
Can you do that open world part in split screen, like with other players?
Yes. So basically, what you can do is you start a lobby locally to play online, and then you just don't actually start the game. So then, like, you and the other person can just roam around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to do like a split screen local roam, you can do 2 people.
Okay. But can you actually do other things?
Only 2, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. But can you actually do other things while you're roaming around, or?
Yeah. You can collect the stuff and do some of the challenges.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're about to say something, Abdul?
No, I was gonna say, can you still do 4-player local co-op?
Yeah. That's still there. But the open world specifically, right now, like you have to basically do the whole little lobby creation hack thing.
I see.
It's not an actual like.
I mean, still so far, it's got a leg up over Forza Horizon series. You can't do. Yeah, I don't think there's any split screen in any of those.
No,
games.
they don't plan on.
Maybe
doing
the first
anytime.
one. Yeah, maybe the first one had it.
The first one didn't have it either. Forza Horizon has never had split screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I played the least of, the first one, so I wouldn't know.
Which, by the way, new Forza Horizon this year.
6
coming out. Yeah. I'm excited.
They're going to Japan.
I'm actually really excited for Horizon 6.
What's getting you excited about it?
I just like Japan. The setting is gonna be, and we're gonna get hopefully a bunch of JDM cars as well. But
yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that part will be fun. Everyone doing their like initial drift fantasy role play in there.
Yeah.
Pretending to deliver tofu. And their AE86s. Yeah, but I mean, for me, kind of like what Nael said about Mario Kart losing its shine, for me, the Horizon series loses its shine if I've been playing it for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun to hop back in with friends to like play on Mario Kart, right? Friends and family. But it just, once you kind of unlock everything and do all the races, and
that's one good thing about Horizon is there's a lot to unlock. There's so much. Yeah.
I love doing the barn finds. Those are like really fun for me. The barnyard finds, but also like me and my nieces and nephews, they love watching me play Forza Horizon, and they love and they love like just driving around in the random cars. So like,
it's a fun game to play on a controller. When I try to play it on my sim, trying to do a barn find when you're going off road, the wheel is just going like this.
God,
the whole
feedback.
Yeah, it's not a sim game for sure.
Yeah, I mean you can play it that way if you want.
Yeah,
and because I have an actual like H pattern stick shift for my PC, so that's kind of fun to do in the real world. Where I'll turn on the clutch mode and I was like, okay, let me learn how to grind my gears a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, Abdul, tell us a little bit about what you've been playing.
Yeah, I've just been trying to finish up Outer Worlds 2, not Wilds 2, Worlds 2.
Oh,
Outer Worlds.
It's so I think right now they just like really talked about it recently, where it was below expectations for what Obsidian wanted, and they're not sure if they'll do a third one. Agreed with the overall sentiment. It's an okay game, and I think in
the first one was that way too. I feel like it was fun.
The first one was a little worse. This is much better than the first one, in my opinion.
That's
I actually really like that they cranked up the zaniness of it. It's just like the over the top. It's just like the overall over the top wackiness of the game, and like the corporateness of how things are, because the whole game is centered around like these corporations that are like just evil and comically evil, right? So that's the whole premise of the game, is like you're dealing with these comically evil corporations. And like
the irony that this is a Microsoft game.
I know, right?
It's almost Borderlandsy.
It's almost Borderlandsy in that way, yeah. So, but the shooting in the game is mediocre. The plot for the second one is much better than the first, in my opinion. But the characters are also kind of mediocre. This story, like it's okay. It's okay. And I think that's why it's not getting as many. A lot of people are saying they dropped it halfway through because they got bored of it. I totally understand that. I kind of want to finish it just for the sake of finishing it at this point. I do feel that the characters are marginally better, but yeah, the writing is just not. It's not great writing. It's not terrible writing. It's also not great writing, which is really sad for Obsidian, since they're known for their writing. Like that's the one thing that they had. So I'm not sure where they went wrong with this one. It is disappointing, but hopefully they can improve on their writing.
There was one of our previous episodes, Abdul, where you said there was one game that you considered to be the best mid game you've ever played, which was Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah.
So this game also sounds like the way you're describing it to be pretty mid. So where does it stand against that?
Man. No, Dragon's Dogma is a great mid game. This is a game where if you're like, I just want to like casually play something that's not, just
find it on sale. Whatever.
Yeah. You just kind of killing time. I wouldn't recommend it for like investing a lot into it over the time. And when I play a good story game, like this is not it.
So if you run out of like all the good and great games to play,
if you're like, I got extra time, sure, you can play Outer Worlds. So you're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to be like, oh, this is a waste of time, but you're also not going to be like, wow, this was amazing. Dragon's Dogma 2, you will have fun times. And you will be like, oh, this is...
because the gameplay looks like it's actually really good there.
It's really good. Underrated.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I guess the only one left is me. A couple of games I've been working my way through. Actually, there was only mainly one that I'm working my way through. Cyberpunk. Finally got back to it. I wanted to beat the expansion Phantom Liberty before I got back to the main storyline. For the main storyline, I'm at the point of no return mission where there's a certain person meeting for you at this club called the Embers Club. It's kind of a joke online too that, oh yeah, there's that person's still waiting for you because you're doing all the other things. She's still waiting for me because I completed the Phantom Liberty expansion. It was a great expansion. It's a fun diversion from the main storyline. I have two issues with it though, and they're both kind of spoilers, so I'll try to keep it the spoilers minimum. One being there's a new side quest where you'll find random vehicles where you have to steal them and deliver them to one of your fixers, and sometimes even the delivery scenario itself will have like some random things where people from a certain gang might start chasing you or whatever. The thing I didn't like about it is you have to go into the specific part of Night City called Docktown that's all walled off, and there's only one way in or out once you start or once you completed the intro for the expansion. So you'll work your way to like get drive in there if you didn't fast travel there, and then suddenly randomly there'll be a car that pings on your map that, oh, you know, this is one of those cars that you can deliver. Now you got to pick up the car. You can't fast travel once you have that car. You got to drive it all the way out through the security checkpoint, and it just gets tedious. So that was one part that I didn't really like. But the second thing is, even I feel like it's a bigger sin. It made the expansion go from great to good for me. Maybe I'm being too harsh on it, but that's just my personal take. The very final mission, without me getting into spoilers, turns into a version of Alien Isolation.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't played Phantom Liberty. What? Interesting.
Yeah, it's the very final mission of the main storyline, where, you know, my character is maxed out with the levels. I can still get more skill points, but basically any firefight or whatever I get into, I don't really have any issues unless if it's like a pretty powerful boss or whatever. This one, I can't even fight the thing that's chasing me. As soon as it detects me, it's an automatic game over. Not a game, automatic game over. So I had to save scum quite a bit just so I didn't have to, like, because it's pretty story heavy too. So there'll be like cutscenes and stuff like that and other things that play that just make it longer. And the checkpoints were generous, but just because I wanted to not waste time, and sometimes it wasn't clear what you had to do, and sometimes it's just a matter of trial and error, it just broke the flow of the game for me.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And not to mention, there's quite a few jump scares with the way this thing that's chasing you jumps out. And I was playing it at like 1:30 or 2 a.m. with my headphones on. So it's just like all of a sudden this thing jumps. It's like, ah. But yeah, overall it was good, but just I could live with the side missions with the vehicle stealing, but I could live without this the way this final mission ended.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's a pretty long chunk of it too. It's like, to me, it felt like an hour. I didn't really measure it, but it felt like I had to do that for like almost an entire hour, and that includes all the time I kept dying as well. So
saving,
starting, So that's my that's what I've been playing there with that. I also did get to try it, since we spoke on one of our previous episodes, Arc Raiders. Since someone in my Steam family was generous enough to buy that game for everyone in there, and got to try it out.
Wasn't me. It was actually my brother.
Yeah, and I figured. Yeah, it didn't seem like your type of game, but I wanted to try it out anyway, just because everyone's talking about it. And I mean, it's okay. I'm not really a big fan of extraction shooters, but I can see where it feels pretty casual. I do have one funny story where, like after I complete the intro, my first time when I'm actually running into real people, there was a guy that came and was like, "Hey man, I'm just out here, looking for, whatever. So just don't kill me. Okay." And I'm like, I thought I was hitting the button for push to talk, and I was like, yeah, okay. And it's like not lighting up, and it's like, he's like, "You're kind of scaring me with how quiet you are, man. Can you hear me?" And I was like, "Oh shoot, let me go to the settings, and what's the keybind for this?" Is like, "You're freaking me out here, man. Just crouch a few times if you can hear me." And I was like, "Okay." I exited. I just crouched a few times. Like, okay, good.
Yeah.
So there's that anxiety there.
Yeah. From what I heard from friends, is like the quiet people are the ones you want to watch out for in Arc Raiders. Like if people are talking to you, then it's fine. Like,
right.
Pretty friendly. But the ones that don't talk are the ones that you got to watch out for. So.
Yeah. Well, at least the way they set it up is, especially if you're playing solo, the ones that you got to watch out for tend to be paired with other people that you got to watch out for. And if you're pretty chill, typically you're playing with other chill people too. Yeah. So that's one good thing about that game.
Nice.
But yeah, I might go back to try it out a little bit more. I just haven't had much time to sit in front of my PC to play. But yeah, that's that. Let's go ahead and move on to some news items. Should we start with the really big one? Actually, I don't even know which one of these would be the really big one. It's going to be kind of a news-heavy episode. You know what, Nael? Look at our doc and tell us what you think we should get started with.
Sure thing.
Oh, do you have the doc pulled up?
He's like, let me pull up the doc.
My screens got moved around when I plugged in my computer.
Oh, okay.
Moved around.
Oh, Lord.
All right, Abdul, you want to pick the first one? We'll have Nael pick the second one.
Sure. One I was going to talk about was how in the UK, so there's a court in the UK recently around RuneScape gold stealing, and the UK court actually ruled that stealing RuneScape gold is an actual criminal theft, which I think is the first time in gaming history that a digital currency, stealing digital currency is considered a theft, which I thought was pretty remarkable and pretty interesting.
This is like pure in-game currency, right?
Correct.
I haven't played RuneScape in forever.
Yeah.
It's not like you're pay to play currency.
No. So this is like actual gold that you can get from the game that people stole, and you can go to jail for it now. Pretty interesting. Yeah, the litigation basically they prove that, you know, even though it's an in-game currency, it has real world value because you can buy gold using real money from like third party vendors, right? Like, so there's a bunch of third party sites and stuff like that can purchase a lot of gold from. And so they were able to use that as leverage to say that, hey, there is actual real world financial gain that someone can get from stealing RuneScape currency. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
Okay.
This is one of those times where it's like maybe people are getting too soft.
And the first thing was like, where was this when I was playing RuneScape in like the early 2000s? The amount of,
you know, I remember one time I saw a guy die right in front of me, and I got 100,000 gold. I was like, why is this guy walking around with 100,000 gold? But it's mine now,
dude. That's legit. Come up.
I don't know what happened to that.
Could this
be used
as part?
Well, I don't know. Can you still log in with your old accounts? I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
I gotta try.
Dude, yes. I've been trying to log into my old RuneScape account forever. I don't know what email I used.
I'm not sure what email I used.
That's because I have a lot of gold, and it's you can do a lot with it. Anyways,
back to the story.
So, wait, hold on. How does stealing work in OSR's Old School RuneScape?
I mean, you can scam somebody. Yeah, you can scam somebody with it. You can like trick somebody, steal their gold, like kill them and get their gold, stuff like that. It's not. Okay. I don't think killing them and getting gold is enough to like.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is like what
considered for that you have to be in a PvP area. Like you accept the consequences.
In this particular case, they hacked that account to steal the gold. Right. So it was an actual like.
So there's a criminal activity.
There's a criminal activity that happened.
So the stealing happened in the real world for the game, not actually in game.
Yeah,
correct.
Because they stole their credentials. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder if this could be used. I don't know how often this happens in.
I wonder what kind of precedent it'll set, though.
Yeah. That's why I was like, this is very interesting.
Yeah, because I was thinking if this would apply to GTA Online, but they're pretty strict with like how much they ban and boot off cheaters that and hackers that I don't know. No, I don't think they'll ever have that issue.
There's so many like sites where you can just get a bunch of gold or whatever shark cards or whatever you want to call them. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Cool.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah, interesting precedent. We'll see if it holds up in other courts.
Okay. All right. Now, did you find anything interesting in that list of stories or news articles to talk about?
Yeah, well, I guess we're going on the lighter stories first. So,
sure.
I guess, wow, Switch 2 sales? That's crazy. 17.37 million sales.
Yeah.
That's Switch 2,
console sale in history.
Yeah, and then this and the flip side of that is the Switch 1 is now the best-selling piece of Nintendo hardware in Nintendo history. Outselling Game Boy Advance, which was, I think. No, it was the DS or the Game with GBA.
I want to say it was the DS.
Yeah, the DS was the DS was the most top one. Which is pretty crazy.
Apparently, according to this article from The Verge, in November, Nintendo reported that the Switch and DS were neck and neck. And now since they're no longer selling the DS, the Switch was easily able to outsell. And it's very close to passing the PlayStation 2 which still to this day holds a record for best-selling game console of all time at more than 116 million units.
You see stories like this, and you're like, guess the economy's fine.
Or this is how people are coping and just getting themselves more into debt.
There's actually studies that show that commodity sales actually skyrocket when the economy is like trash because people are trying to cope, right, in different ways.
You're seeking some escape. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not buying any more new video game consoles. I'll tell you that. Trying to save myself some money here. Yeah, good on Nintendo for them. All right, let me pick a story here. Oh, I got this one. I'm sure most people have already heard about this, but there's a new social media platform in town called Upscrolled. Basically, this came as a response to TikTok's new owner, where they're censoring a lot
Oracle
more.
And Larry Ellison and the other partners that are involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing a lot more to censor what's going on, or censor a lot of the.
It feels very heavily obvious.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be nice here, but yeah, they're censoring quite a bit, or quite a lot. In fact, they deleted the account of a Palestinian journalist as well that was covering a lot of what was happening in Gaza. Yeah. So this came mainly as a response to that
too, not just her.
Yeah, there were a lot, and then even their terms of service too, where they now have access to viewing all the contacts if you choose to share contacts with the app, which I never do. So that's always never do that. They can use content that you wrote in your drafts that you didn't post yet against you.
They're training their AI off your drafts now as well. They are tracking your whole network, so you're checking nearby devices. So and they're giving that data to Flock, essentially. I believe it was Flock or whatever system that the ICE is plugged into.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just straight dystopia with it now.
Are you talking about TikTok?
100%. Yeah, TikTok.
Oh yeah,
It's no, we were saying, I think you might know a little bit better, but they the location permissions, the way that they're using them now, it's basically just to map your network and whoever's next to you.
Yeah, it's very invasive. There's zero privacy. TikTok's basically just glorified spyware now for the U.S. government.
Basically, 100%.
I would get off it.
Yeah.
ASAP. I mean, it's really bad.
Yeah. However, if you're on TikTok, just make sure to follow our Muslim Gamers account.
Or if you are now on Upscrolled, I believe.
We have our account on Upscrolled now. Yep, I set up the account. Pretty new. Nice. I just set it up today, so make sure to give us a follow there at MG Podcast or on Upscrolled. But if you're wondering what Upscrolled is, it came as a response to that. Started up as it was basically a startup by a Palestinian and Australian businessman, and I feel like it's still. I mean, it's in its very rudimentary stages,
but it feels like early Twitter, in terms of its build up. It feels like early Twitter, early Instagram. Yeah. They're not super feature heavy, but the things you need are there.
Right. Yeah. Especially with the promise of not censoring free speech, especially speech surrounding Palestine and
data privacy.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, if you want to set if you're setting your location, if you're trying to choose Israel, it'll say occupied Palestinian territory. So
nice.
I would count that as a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We have a couple more stories to cover here. Which one did you guys want to go to next? We could say, actually, we could save the best for last. Then we'll go next to something we got from, of all places, the Epstein files.
Oh man.
Wait, I made a mistake there. That's not what I meant to start with, but it's okay.
That's okay.
I left the cat on the bag.
Okay. We'll go there
because this is crazy. This is pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is really crazy. So basically,
who knows what other gaming related news is deep in those files? 3.5 million pages were released.
Yeah. So, there was one where Epstein had his Xbox account banned, or he was basically banned off of Xbox, which that doesn't surprise anybody. This man is violating lots of terms of service.
Anyway, the story itself.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you lay this down?
All right. So the story itself is that of the many people named in the Epstein files who were in contact with Jeffrey Epstein. One of them was Bobby Kotick. If you don't know who he is or was, he was the former CEO, or he is the former CEO of Activision Blizzard, and he stepped down before Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard. But it was around 2012 where the files show some leaked emails between him and Epstein saying how Epstein was for support, or he was basically supporting microtransactions, including to be included in Call of Duty, for the sake that let me pull up. I just want to make sure I don't misquote it.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. It says, "I'm all for indoctrinating kids into an economy. You gotta love how his example for real world rewards is virtual items in games." This one, admittedly, did not come from Epstein himself. This came from someone named Pablo Holman. I have no idea who that is. But yeah, this was in response to Epstein emailing Bobby Kotick saying, X Prize is a good idea, but key is real world rewards. Learn to read, earn cell phone minutes, iPhone credits, virtual items, and games. Yeah, so basically, Epstein is the reason why we have microtransactions in Call of Duty.
As a grooming tool for children.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
It's a sick world we live in, man.
Yeah. If there isn't more of a reason to not play Call of Duty, there you have it.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then the last one, this isn't, I mean, I think this one news that we covered is definitely the worst of it all. But this one, I just thought it was kind of a messed up thing to happen to somebody. Basically, Ubisoft is up to their shenanigans. They did a lot of restructuring. So many people lost their jobs. Can't say it really came out of nowhere because Ubisoft has been circling the drain for a while financially. I don't really know too much of what's going on with who's trying to take control of what. I want to say there was some Chinese company that was playing a part in it too. But they also canceled a bunch of their projects, including the what was supposed to be the Sands of Time remake. And yeah, that I didn't understand why that project was taking so long, but it finally ended up getting canceled. And one of the actors from that, her name is Iman Ayaz. Supposedly, people assumed that she was supposed to be playing Farah in the remake. But the way she found out that the project was canceled and she no longer has a job with that was her brother messaging her, asking her if she was okay. And she was like, "What are you talking about?" Because she was puzzled. And so he sent her a link to the news article, and that's how she found out that she's no longer working with it. And she said, and I quote, it's just as if it never existed. Yeah. And she had been working with the whole team for like 3 years. In her video, Ayaz said this project was life-changing for her because there aren't many big roles for Canadian Pakistanis who tend to be unplaceable from a casting point of view. She said she landed the job 3 years ago after a rigorous audition process and was planning to use this release as springboard to move to the US. This was her stepping stone moment, but now it's not to be. I have dedicated the last 3 years of my life to this project, Ayaz said. She even went as far as acting with a broken foot, apparently. Wow. And I've waited and waited for the day it was finally going to be released, and I could finally talk about it. She filmed the marketing material recently, she said, within the past couple of months. We were all looking forward to it being released this year, so it felt like emotional whiplash to find out in such a random way. So yeah, super
That's
messed
crazy.
up that this happened to her.
Man. But hopefully, hopefully she got paid for all that time. And
I hope so too.
She's put in so far. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I think her part in it was done if she was already filming just marketing material. So yeah. Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, it really sucks because Sands of Time, one of my all-time favorite games, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so great. But it'd been really great to have that as a revamp, but we will never see the light of day. Either Ubisoft revamp though is pretty insane. I don't know how much
Ubisoft is going through a lot of like internal.
So they basically are reorging to what they're calling 5 creative houses, and each of these creative houses are going to focus on specific IPs that Ubisoft currently has. So the main house, the main house is the core is going to focus on Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and the Rainbow Six Siege series. And then the 4 other houses, one is going to be focused on competitive and cooperative shooter experiences. So like The Division, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. And then there's going to be the live experiences house, which is For Honor, The Crew, Brawlhalla, Skull and Bones. And then the fantasy and narrative driven house, which will be the Anno series, Might and Magic, Rayman. I forgot what they have, Rayman, Prince of Persia, and then Beyond Good and Evil, if that ever comes out.
I can't believe that's still on this list.
Still on this list, man. I don't know what they're doing. And the 5th one is going to be casual and family games, which is like Just Dance,
Mobile.
Catch Up, mobile games, and Hungry Shark, Hasbro games, and stuff like that.
Uno.
Interesting split.
So like they produce like Uno, like the apps and stuff.
The
main Uno one is them.
Not print.
Yeah.
Not print. No. Print is Hasbro.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if Uno is Hasbro. Don't quote me on that.
And then because of this like shift in reorg, they got their I think I saw over 200 jobs are being cut so far as like redundant roles, which is insane.
After already going through a couple of series.
After going through,
the last couple of years.
Yeah, they've been reducing every single year. Like last year, they cut so many people, and they're still continuing to cut. And the CEO still has a job. He's still there. He's still making his
the whole family is still involved with the company.
$multi-million a year contract. But no, let's cut like 90%.
So that's something's happening, right? Where it's like there's a family versus the private investors.
Yeah. So last year, what's the Chinese company's name called?
Tencent.
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 They were trying to do a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
And the family did a bunch of stock buybacks to prevent that from happening. But Tencent, I think, still owns a pretty big enough part of the company where they can have like a strong arm in a sense. Anyways, all that to say, Ubisoft is burning money, isn't profitable enough. And maybe not have like a $multi-million payout to your CEO. That could save you a couple of years.
Yeah, I think I've only seen one, as far as I'm aware. There could be more, especially with smaller studios. I've only seen one good example of the leader in a company owning up to the responsibility of how, their whatever goals they set to meet, they failed on those expectations. And that was a Nintendo with the Wii U, where Satoru Iwata, may he rest in peace, he was the one who took a pay cut instead of laying people off when the Wii U didn't do so well.
Yeah,
or didn't perform up to expectations.
And they came back with the Switch.
And the Japanese studios are the only ones that do this. Like they actually have integrity in their studios, and like they're like, the management actually takes responsibility. Where US is the exact opposite. It's like, oh no.
And European, because Ubisoft is French.
European as well. Like we must protect upper management at all costs. Everybody else should suffer.
Yeah, all the successes are attributed to leadership. All the failures, it's the people's fault. Let's get rid of them.
Yeah, that's pretty scummy. Yay corporate, yay capitalism.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, segueing into, we basically have run out of things to talk about from our document, but I have this little surprise thing to talk about. We won't spend too much time on it. We'll try to keep this as a bit of a shorter episode. This will more than likely be our last episode until the end of Ramadan. As of the day we're recording right now, Ramadan is less than 2 weeks away. Or about 2 weeks away. So, Ramadan is a time where we're going to be busy with things that don't have much, if anything, to do with gaming, unless if your job involves gaming. yeah, so we won't be recording during Ramadan, and I don't think we'll have time to do any episodes before Ramadan. If we do, then yeah, make sure to check that out. But I thought I could take this time to ask you guys, just like how we did last year for an episode timed around, before the beginning of Ramadan, just what your goals and everything look like for Ramadan. If you're going to be doing any gaming during Ramadan at all, if you are, that's fine. If not, great. Just let's get into it. I'll actually start myself. One goal that I actually had this goal last year, and I wasn't able to get to do it because I got sick. What I did last year was when I had I took time off from work for the last 2 weeks of Ramadan, and I intended to spend a few of those days to do like a mini etikaf. Because etikaf is basically where for those that don't know, it's where you spend you basically stay at the masjid where you're sleeping over, and then the time that you're awake at the masjid, you're spending it in dhikr, reading Quran, praying, etc. During the day and night. And I plan to do at least 2 or 3 days and nights for it. The sunnah, apparently, the Prophet ﷺ would do it throughout the last 10 nights of Ramadan. I didn't want to jump into that just yet since I've never really done it before. I did like a couple of nights once when I was in college, but that was about it. So just as a way to warm up into it, I thought I'd do that. But right as my time off started was when I started to get sick, and I was pretty sick to where I even ended up missing 1 day of fasting. So I couldn't get that done last year. This year, I'm hoping to do that. Now, I don't have to take time off from work because I don't have a job anymore. So, yeah. So that's a way to go at it. Inshallah, hopefully I find a job before that. But as we've noted with all these different layoffs from all these different companies, the job market kind of sucks right now.
Yeah. Inshallah.
Yeah. Inshallah. But I mean, inshallah. But the blessing behind this is now I have more time to focus on my deen, and especially to take the most advantage of Ramadan. I can't promise and say I won't play a single video game during Ramadan, but I'm gonna minimize it as much as possible because we got more important things to do than play video games. Yeah. All right. Who wants to go next?
More than likely, I usually cut my media consumption down to effective 0. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do that when your job is in marketing because you still have to be connected and know what's going on and post and be aware of things. But usually don't watch TV, don't play video games, especially this year now that I have a new job. It's in the Muslim space, so it's going to be quite busy.
Yeah, you're going to be busier during Ramadan.
Yeah, and helping my dad as well. He's also has his thing going on too. So,
for those that don't know, because I'm very familiar with that project, please let us know, because that's something that's definitely worth talking about. Yeah.
So, I'll plug both things in because that feels fair. I recently started working for Ummah Health. It started off as a free clinic for people in South LA by Muslim medical students. Almost it's going to be the 30th anniversary in the summertime. So over 30 years, they have now been able to turn into just a full health network that is focused on providing accessible care to people of primarily South LA, but also now we're expanding into San Bernardino and hopefully, inshallah, Orange County as well.
I thought you already expanded into San Bernardino. I thought
San Bernardino, yeah. Al Shifa.
Are they also not in Fremont?
Fremont, like LA Fremont?
No, like LA, like
NorCal Fremont.
NorCal Fremont.
No.
Never mind. No? Okay.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah.
But Emma Clinic does great work.
Yeah. So there's seven sites, including an urgent care that just opened a couple weeks ago. So yeah, if anyone's in the South, I mean in SoCal, and they need medical assistance for whatever reason, and Medi-Cal, Medicare, you're not on anything, and you can pay a little bit out of pocket. They'll come see you. Yeah.
I believe the most they charge is $40.
Yeah, it ranges year to year. Like I think right now is like $25 to $60 is the sliding scale. It just depends. Like don't quote me on that. I'm more on the marketing side, not the admin side. So, and then the other project is my family's project, which is Insan Foundation. We work primarily in the Pomona area, providing emergency relief to people in need. So like food, clothing. We had education programs in the past that are we want to bring back, inshallah. So,
Inshallah,
just providing different community opportunities to our different various community members.
Inshallah, may Allah reward you for all those efforts.
So I'm going to be pretty busy with those projects this year. But that's what I signed up for.
Yeah. Let me just say this. I'm glad I'm not going after Nael right now to talk about their.
I know, right? What the heck? Where do you go from this one? This Ramadan, I'm going to keeping up with my Ramadan tradition of sending food reels to all of my friends so we can suffer together.
I'm going to deactivate my Instagram just for that.
I'll WhatsApp it to you. Don't worry. Other than that, my social media consumption is pretty low. Gaming is, I don't game during Ramadan. So I don't plan on gaming during Ramadan. Instead of for goals, I don't know, man. These past few years, it's been really rough trying to survive Ramadan with having 3 kids under the age of 5. It is.
Was your youngest born before Ramadan last year?
No. It was after Ramadan. So this will be the first Ramadan with all 3, which is going to be a challenge. Yeah. Especially because he doesn't sleep through the night. He wakes up at least 2 to 3 times a night. And you don't sleep during Ramadan anyways. And so I don't plan. I don't know. Again, I don't know how I'm going to start. The one plus is I have work this Ramadan. I took Ramadan off. So.
Oh, mashallah. That's great.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That'll be something.
That's great.
My one goal though in Ramadan is that, and the same goal that I had last year is, and I'm going through it really slowly, which is a really in-depth tafsir of the Quran with a scholar that I've known for a while, and it's like a 3-4 hour like lecture series for like even the small surahs. Yeah, it's insanely detailed. So it requires a lot of time, and it's something that will take me a couple Ramadans to do. But that's one of my personal goals.
Working at it year by year, inshallah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's definitely an admirable goal. Alhamdulillah. One thing I forgot to mention, since you mentioned the kids, almost forgot I had kids. Inshallah for this Ramadan, my oldest son has actually been asking about like, oh, do you think I can fast this year? I'm like, I'm so glad you asked.
That's
of course
awesome,
you can.
Man.
Yeah. He's like, oh, do I have to fast the whole day? It's like, don't worry, you're only. You're not at the mandatory age yet, so you could start out with. I started full fasting at his age, but I also grew up in the Middle East where they provide a lot of like basically school times are shortened, no restaurants are open when you're fasting, right. And everything opens after
culture
midnight.
shifts.
Like, it's crazy, yeah. So it's like Ramadan. I mean, there is a lot to look forward to on Ramadan. Like we do like decorations and like other DIY projects for Ramadan with the kids, especially for Eid. So for this Ramadan, we're thinking like maybe just to have him fast for like half a day, like maybe up till Dhuhr on the weekends, and then your school days will just be normal for him. That way he just kind of gets used to it.
Yeah. Just gauge it, see if he's ready for a full one on the weekend. That's what my parents did. I started off doing half days, but mine would be like I would have breakfast and then like maybe lunch, depending, and then go just not eat till dinner.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually it was like skipping lunch, going to dinner.
Okay. Yeah. No, we want to try to actually have him get up with us for. So.
Okay. That's a good approach too. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when he was really young, when he was a baby before his brother was born. The only way we had a crib for him was in the living room. So when we woke up to do suhoor, most mornings he wouldn't wake up, but the mornings that he did wake up, okay, join us for suhoor then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be like, we'll ask them, oh yeah, do you know that used to happen? It's like, oh, I don't remember any of that. Yeah, so definitely, we're definitely really looking forward to this Ramadan.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, inshallah, he has fun with it.
Inshallah.
Or not just fun, but he learned something from it.
Definitely, yeah. There is a really great book called I think it's Adam's First Ramadan or Adam's First Fast. I'll have to find the actual book. Yeah. And he read through that a little bit just to like get an understanding of it. And there's a lot that because in that book too, it's the story of a kid basically going through the same thing where he does like a half-day fast, and then afterwards his dad takes him to the masjid. They do like homeless feedings, and he's giving zakat and different things like that. So that's definitely a good one to look into if you're trying to have something that kids can actually visually look at as a book. And kind of give you some guides too of what you can do with it. I want to say there's a gaming related thing in there where the kid in the book, Adam, wants to use his money to buy a Funtendo Switch or something along those lines. So so that was the gaming related part of how that was related to this podcast. On that note, I think that's a great place to end our podcast. We just reached about our 45-minute mark. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for checking us out. Make sure, if you haven't already done so, to subscribe to this podcast. If you're already not subscribed to us on YouTube or any of your favorite podcast platform of choice. And we're also, our socials, if you've noticed, are a lot more active now, alhamdulillah, with Instagram, TikTok, now with Upscrolled, and on YouTube Shorts. So yeah, just make sure to check us out all over there. If you're listening to this in Ramadan, maybe don't focus on your Ramadan goals.
keep all that's going on around the world in your du'as.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, a little reminder for everyone.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on, and we're grateful for this hobby to be able to escape into it. We're grateful for this hobby to be able to escape it from time to time, but you can't run away from all these things forever. Especially with how Allah's given us the responsibility to try to change things with our hands, if not at least with our tongues, and if not at least think of it as something that's not good in our hearts. So let's continue to keep everyone who's suffering in our du'as, like you said, at home and everywhere else in the world, inshallah.
Sure.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again, and we'll catch you guys, if not before Ramadan, then after Ramadan. Advanced Ramadan Mubarak and Eid Mubarak.
Hopefully I'll get to see you guys' faces during Ramadan.
Yeah, inshallah. Inshallah, hopefully. All right, guys. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.